Hey guys, how's it going? Random Texty Stories here, and welcome back to another Death Battle reaction. Where today's reaction, I'm finally going to be reacting to the Kratos versus Ashura Death Battle. Let's fucking go! I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited to see my boy Kratos, like, in a Death Battle, and especially Redemption, because he went up against Spawn, and, well, maybe he did deserve to lose, who knows? I don't know the full power of Spawn, to be quite honest with myself, so I can't honestly say that, but it's just... They never brought him back, especially with the newer games, so it's just like, when are they going to bring him back? And they brought him back, yes! Especially with Ashura, from Ashura's Wrath. People have been also wanting Ashura in this, or not in this, but at least in Death Battle for a while. And there's been different options between Kratos, Hulk, so on and so forth. But I think Kratos was probably the best option, just because I know who relatively Ashura is, you know, and I know, and I played all the games of God of War, every single one, from the PlayStation 2 to 3 days, to the ones on the PSP, to the newer ones, except for Ragnarok, but I do know what happens in that story, the Ragnarok, along with Valhalla, so it's not like it's not something I don't know. So I know what happens, and I know the feats and shit, and the weapons and stuff that he gets, and stuff like that, and the people he faces. Regardless of that, who do I think is going to win? I am not certain, to be honest, but going off of what I do know, well, I mean, okay. I do know what Ashura is relatively capable of, except the problem is that I don't know the full power of the people that he fought within that game. Because the most that I could go off of was that he fought somebody the size of a planet and was able to deflect that, but it costed his entire arms to do so. Afterwards, when he fought another one of those Guardian people, he got his shit kicked in because he couldn't get angry enough to regrow his arms. In fact, there was a couple of times where he had to actually have some arms grafted onto him. Or it took a while for the arms to regrow back, if that's how it goes. I forget. The only person that Ashura's really fought that's on the cosmic scaling would be the guy at the end, which I can't remember the name of. And even if I did, I don't know how to pronounce it. Now, Kratos. He's fought beings that are capable of shattering space and time. That being Thor, because the reason I say Thor is because he's able to literally smack the world serpent back in time. That's literally disfiguring and cracking the world tree, which is the universe in of itself, holding up the other universes as well. And he cracked it. And that's just one example of, like, him also facing Hercules, the mythical legend of a man that has infinite strength, the Sisters of Fate, the people who should have saw what Kratos was going to do during that entire fight, and yet still lost. Like, the track record that Kratos has is a lot more impressive than what Ashura has, but when it comes down to physical strength, I don't know whether or not they're going to give Kratos that amount of strength, because he did beat Hercules, but he never showcased being able to have the same amount of strength, I will admit. But I'm going off topic, and we're going to into this. But I'm also excited for this because the fight begins at relatively 16. And look how much we have! Like, look at this! Devil Artemis is the one that animated this, by the way. Everybody knows this. He did put a sneak peek of it back a couple months back. And I'm excited for this. Devil Artemis' work is amazing. I love every single death battle he does, from the Gogeta versus Vegeta one to the Frieza versus Megatron, and now I can't wait to see his work with this. But enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get into this. In 3, 2, 1, and let's do it.
Kratos versus Ashura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Cause sometimes you just wanna punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang!
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus' strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarian. Kratos.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords, and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it, too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky.
Okay, that has to be. Okay, hold up. I will say when it comes to the rage, he should still have access to his other rages, I will admit. Because it's not like the ashes of his fallen city is gone, and it's not like the rage that he feels for the Spartan rage is gone either. However, though, the problem is that are they going to actually give Kratos the Greek weapons? Because I've kind of, I've argued this with my friend. If he has access to every single one of the weapons that he has in Greece, it's a done fucking deal. The dude literally has access to the fucking claws of Hades that's able to take souls, and took the soul of Hades himself. He has the head of Medusa and the other head of Medusa, the bigger one, that literally is able to turn anything into fucking stone. The blade of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, like the list, like, it's right there. It's like, even also the fucking boots of fucking Hermes, and don't mind my foot, but like the boots of Hermes that's able to make him go even faster than the gods themselves. And if they do give him that, I don't know what the hell fucking he's gonna do. But however, though, I will say the Blade of Olympus is also something he could access to, even if they don't give him the rest of the Greek weapons, because in Valhalla he was able to have access to it. So
also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light. A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge, until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan Axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Aesir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir Ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor.
Oh, I know.
But he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the World Tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
don't forget the Sisters of
Kratos made
Fate.
a lifetime of mistakes,
forgot about
but
the
this
Sisters of
future
Fate.
would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just
be
a
a god
god
of
of
peace.
war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
Oh no, the god of hope. My bad.
This battle is sponsored.
Man, just them talking about it just makes me so hard to see this man in battle. Okay, now let's go to this. Let's see what Ashura's capable of. Because Ashura, I really do hope Ashura is capable of really good things too. I'm not trying to undersell Ashura by any means. So please don't think that I hate Ashura by any means or think that he's weak. I do honestly think that when it comes down to it, his body would probably be more durable than Kratos', but maybe in terms of strength, I am not 100% certain. So let's see.
Long ago, a demigod fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Ashura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Ashura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one
Melancholy?
chance to guess what Ashura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Ashura can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's
wondering if
will
they're gonna
and the
give him
source of the
equal when he
Goma,
fought against
Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good.
Not on his
At
own.
least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Ashura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Ashura
damn
is
it.
not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Ashura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Ashura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Ashura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to his nature, Ashura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. so Ashura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Ashura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger.
Well-
Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can
Okay,
propel
so
himself
the-
with mantra
so
to
the
fly,
cause of it is-
harden his fists to break steel,
Okay.
fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid, like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Ashura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker
Okay.
Ashura adds even more extra arms,
But who has
and
the
they're
better-
big and glowy now.
Kratos?
The
Ashura?
man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Ashura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Ashura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms! His mantra form! Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast!
Yeah,
Deus
that
was
should have
defeated
destroyed
and
the
Gaia
planet,
was saved.
but it didn't.
Yet, Asura's wrath
Hold on,
hadn't
hold on,
been
hold on.
quelled.
Just the one
Title
more,
drop.
One more.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir.
that.
Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in
I
the
guess
form
we'll
of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold
Oh,
a
no.
galaxy
Also,
in
look at-
its
look at
palm.
that.
Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet! Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars!
Chakravartin was, understandably, impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Ashura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu, right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind. This battle is sponsored.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I don't know, because Ashura's final form does seem like it actually might be enough to possibly kill Kratos, but at the same time, though, is Kratos' overwhelming might going to be enough to defeat Ashura? I don't know. Especially since I still have no idea if they're going to give him his Greek weapons, because, again, he won't really have access to them because of a confirmation from Freya herself, since the weapons and magic are tied to the land. Or at least most weapons and magic. Obviously he has access to the Blade of Olympus, but that's different. But like most magic that he has, and most of the weapons that he has, he can't access anymore because they were tied to the land. And the land was relatively pretty much gone at that point because he destroyed most of it. Then again though, the World Tree holds different universes. If you think about it like that. Each individual concept of like the realms that they go to, you know, Asgard, Alfheim, and Svartalfheim, you know, so on and so forth, those are relatively all universes within themselves. They're not like it's individual worlds. It's like they're individual universes. At least I think so. Let me check this. Okay, no. Okay, no. Nope, I was wrong. So nobody in the comments needs to correct me. I was wrong. So it's more of a part of a larger universe. So they're both capable of being able to take blows from beings that are capable of basically destroying their universe. I'm gonna go with Kratos. I'm gonna go with Kratos. If Ashura wins, I do hope that I can at least give a good explanation as to why, which I'm pretty sure they will. Maybe. At least I hope so. Hopefully they don't pull a Bardock and Omni-Man again. At least for the reason why, anyways. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with Kratos. But if Ashura wins, that would be really cool too.
Are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Wait, hold up. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's time for a death battle!
My question is, though, how long is this death battle? Is it actually gonna be, like, super long, or is it gonna be short with, like, a huge-ass explanation? Let's go! Oh, they brought him to somewhere else, so instead... Okay, I like that idea. So that way he doesn't fuck up his house.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. Run!
She's probably gonna get some bonus. Probably how he's doing it. Not so good. Remains a Kratos. You know what? I think we've all had those ones where we try to call back our actions as a kid. Yeah, definitely. Little Spartan Rage? Oh, burst! 6th arm. Damn, you was surprised. Kratos, you got this.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up!
He's just trying to give you words of wisdom. Please listen, Ashura. If you're gonna at least kill him, please listen to him. Learn to temper your rage. so fucking sick. Let's go! Giant form Ashura, giant form Ashura, giant form Ashura. Come on, come on, come on, Ashura. You ain't done yet. I'm with both, to be honest. I'm with both, to be honest. Come on! A father's wrath is not so easily fucking tamed. Let's go!
You murder Christ!
Death can happen.
This is not my end!
I don't know what you can do now, Kratos. What are you gonna do? You can't do anything. I think it's over.
Titan! But you deserve a worthy end!
So do you, Kratos. He hasn't even pulled a blade of Olympus. Is that even gonna be enough? Is that gonna be enough, though? Is that gonna be enough?
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
No, Kratos, you're not done yet. No, turn around and offer your hand to Mithra. Show her you can be kind. Show her. No! Kratos! But see, I knew it! Like, I fucking knew it. Everybody was doubting Kratos. Like, what? Let's fucking go! Oh, fuck yeah! Yes! That's my fucking God of War! Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, well, I guess Ashura's wrath really is gone.
That was such
But
a
are we
banger
sure
of a
this is how
fight.
it'd go? Even though Ashura can blow up stars?
Ashura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Ashura. Kratos
Yeah.
is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything.
That is
His
true.
light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover
true.
experience.
Yeah,
Ashura
Ashura's
lived
way
across
more-
centuries,
well-
obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
Actually,
And
hold
while
up.
Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Ashura pretty much always had that control.
So Ashura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Ashura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Ashura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Ashura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Ashura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Ashura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Ashura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Ashura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in-game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's
Oh,
almost
let's
100
go!
times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Ashura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Ashura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Ashura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asuras, the sun rises. The god of wrath
Hey,
was
they
Kratos.
even said
The
it.
winner
So,
is Kratos.
fuck yeah!
But what if?
So are they showing what would have happened if Ashura would have won? Nothing against it. honestly not against it. Being able to see a different alternate scenario, I think that's kind of cool.
And that concludes my pitch for Ashura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
Wait, what's next? Wait, Ghost Rider versus Spawn?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
I am so excited for that. Oh my god. I am so excited for that. But this fight was amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god, they did such incredible with this fight. Devil Artemis, you are the GOAT. Oh my god, you did incredible. Masterpiece, in my opinion. This fight is by far one of my most favorite fights. I loved everything that they put into this. I loved everything that they did. I think it's amazing, and I hope you guys check it out for yourselves. Link to the original Death Battle without my reaction will be in the description below. Go check it out. Oh my god, that was amazing. I can't wait for next time. That being said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like. So you guys get more of these videos soon. I will try to get Azuka Shadow Part 4 out as soon as I can. But, however, though, as always, stay cool, guys. Peace.